Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of me discussing things. So the question that I'll be addressing is, what are my personal beliefs? I hope you don't mind the angle. I had a really tough day, used up a lot of energy. Um, so after you reach a certain point of development, you will understand that God is actually a part of you. You can create anything you want. You may also realize, even if you don't understand the formal God sense, you will understand that who you are is so connected to the very fabric of this universe, especially in relation to your mind, that you are involved in creating the outcome. Somewhat like a creator or a God. So if you ask me what are my beliefs, I guess you can say I believe I'm a creator. But to someone who's in a lower stage, they're not going to be able to fathom this, not going to be able to understand this. Also, when you think of someone's belief system, you think, oh, they believe in some type of religion. And the issue with this is that all religions were formed as a coping mechanism to the human condition, meaning there's a psychological progression that involves believing different things at different times depending on what's necessary for our survival as a species. What's necessary to enhance the quality of life, uh, to evolve to the next step, things like that. So my belief is not any one religion. Plus, I also believe that I'm contributing to the creation of how things should be perceived. By with the criteria that's already given in human language, you're already believing many things. So I guess my belief is that you're contributing to what is true. And in alternate states of consciousness, I believe you can perceive objective truths related to dogma. But objectivity is a very misleading word because it's not objective, it's just something that our subconscious related to archetypal phenomenon and that we're constantly creating, and we can't control it. So yes, Jesus is the savior. He's because enough of us believe it, so it's in our subconscious. Um, it's like, so am I Christian? No, I just happen to believe that's what our human intellect, archetypal, uh, unconscious archetypal formations have done, whether it's true or not. So you're gonna have that phenomenon going on in the human psyche. Do I am I an atheist for trying to explain it away? No. Am I religious for believing in something like that? No. It's just I try to I try to create not beliefs but truths, but knowledge. I try to say what is true and not what is belief. So my beliefs are that I follow what is true and not. And then every cultist is saying the same thing, and that's where you go full circle. So I try not to tell people my beliefs, because if I speak casually, it sounds more natural, and therefore it's easier. What I believe in respect to a God is that you are taking part in creation. You're a co-creator, and that is essential because that means that every time you label something as true or not true, you're facilitating more of that potential for that perception. You know? And it's happening subconsciously, unconsciously. It's happening on different levels. Things that you have to create, things that you might create eventually. And for example, a teacup. Someone gives me a teacup. It's just a holder, but someone frames it in a way that forces me to acknowledge it's a teacup. And all the baggage of like England and how you're supposed to hold a teacup, all that comes into play once you call it a teacup. But until then, it's just a holder of some liquid. So you're forced into all the assumptions and all the categorizations and labels because we're surrounded with an upbringing on what things are. What I'm saying is that if you didn't have all the labels, you would actually believe in a lot less things. And I'm going a step further and saying you actually wouldn't believe, you wouldn't be going down a rabbit hole of social conditioning if you stop labeling things. And so as you develop to stage turquoise and coral, you will stop labeling things as much. It'll just be deodorant. It won't be like Axe and this and that. You'll be less picky. I mean, it's not the best example because, you know, from orange to green, you'll be less picky. You know, you want more natural and stuff like that. So, but when you advance to coral, it's not just less picky, it's also less labeling. You care about materialism less, so you don't care about what its function is, you just want it to work. You know? That's not just a stage green, it's all the stages above. They don't care about brand anymore. So I think that covers, like, it's complicated, but as you advance psychologically, you'll understand more and more what I'm saying. Right now it's hard, I understand, but you'll get there. And this is not patronizing, and it's not condescending. It's just a fact that the way of seeing the world evolves as you psychologically evolve, and you will psychologically evolve because that's the pattern if you're looking to grow, if you're looking to develop. It also doesn't mean that you have to be mature. Like, people are afraid, oh, if I grow psychologically, then I have to be mature. No, no, no. You can be the immature version of that stage. Like, the immature version of stage coral is to be mythical, is to be into fantasy land, is to get lost in it, to watch a ton of movies, is to love the idea, it's forgetting about work and then focusing on play. You know, that's the immature version of coral. The mature version is to get lost in Fantasyland, but pretend it's real. Like in your work, tell them, like, we're getting into the subconscious mind and this and that, but really you're just having a blast. But you can't tell people that because that's, you know, how you can't get paid to have fun. So a lot of people in stage coral who have jobs, they're reframing it in a way that makes it sound intelligent, but really they themselves are in Fantasyland, but they're using the lens of previous stages so they don't get weird looks. So you don't have to be mature as you grow. There's the immature version of each stage. You know? And I think that covers it. But I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in not religion. I don't believe in there's a God. I don't believe that there's not a God. I believe that there's archetypal and unconscious phenomenon in our psyches. And that's that.